Hello friends, welcome to my channel Go Digit. Today in this video we will learn about for each loop, while loop, do while loop and switch statement in PowerShell. So let's begin with the for each loop. So in the for each loop what we can do is that okay, let me exit this. Yes. So for each, what we can do is that, because as we have seen last week as well with the for loop, that loop is basically help us to iterate with the number of records available in an object, in a variable, and based on that iteration we can do some sort of processing with it. Okay, so let's see the syntax. We have to type for each, okay, and then here we need to pass some sort of an object or some sort of a variable like of thing. Okay, so what I can do here is that I can create one variable, let's say number. Okay, and I can assign an array of numbers like this. Okay, now for each, like if we want to play with each data available in this num variable, each number available in this num variable, what we have to do is that for each, uh, okay, let me mention this variable name as numbers. Okay, so now for each number in numbers, right? So these are the two variables, dollar number and dollar numbers. We know that dollar numbers store the values of 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and dollar number currently does not have anything, but because we have assigned these two variables in this for each, so now what it will do, that this loop basically take each number from the numbers variable and pass it in this number variable. Okay, so now, like this. Okay, so what we can do here is that for each number, I can print the values, right? So now if you run this, so you will see that value is 1, value is 2, value is 3, value is 4, and value is 5. Why? Because this for each is passing one number to the number variable one by one, and it is printing the value. So every time it is iterating through each value stored in the numbers variable, it is passing to my second variable. And then based on this, because it pass one number and then it prints, then again it will run and to check the second value and then it prints. So in that manner it is iterating, and if we want to do something with this value we can always do so. Like if I want, I can create another variable, and then like I plus number, I can do like this. Okay, and then write host, uh, total is I, right? So if I run this now, so I am getting the total is 15, which is 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, right? 5 plus 4 9, and plus 3 12, 12 plus 2 40, and 1 is 15, right? So this is how we can use the for each syntax and we can iterate through the array of value with the array of values stored in any particular variable, right? So this is about the for each loop. Let's go to the while loop. While loop is also like we can utilize the same concept. Let's say uh, I have this uh, I'll take number only this time. Okay, let me uh, create this variable, okay, which stores number 10. Okay, and now what I want is that while number not equals to 0, I want to print my values. I use wrong variable nums. Okay, and then num minus minus, or I can write down as num minus 1. Okay, let's run this and we can see that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? As simple as that. Like we are passing one condition in the while brackets and then we are doing some sort of processing. Whatever processing you want to do, you can do so, right? Second way of, like if I give you a second example as well, like uh, we can create an array. Let's say so this is my array variable where I stored two values. Okay, what I want is while, and okay, I'll try to use one boolean variable as well, which I assign the value as true. So while it is true, okay, what I want is that, let's say if my array variable contains mm, let's say hello, then pass and then break from here, else fail. And then again I'm using break here, because if I don't use break this time, what it will do, it will keep on running in an infinite loop, because I have added a boolean variable in my while condition, right? And the original value I pass in my boolean variable as true, so it will always be true, and then if I don't use break, then it will continue to run. Okay, so let's see this how it will work. So I'm getting the pass here as an output, right? Let's say if I pass any wrong value, and then if I run, so I'm getting fail and it stops because of this break, right? So this is the way you can utilize the while loop in your PowerShell scripting. Let's see the do while loop. It is somewhat similar, only like if I take this example. Okay, let me copy this example in the do while loop. It's just that what I can do here is that this while condition we have to pass in the end, and then I have to type do, right? So what I'm telling to the system is that my variable, let's say I'll pass the variable as num1, right host num1, and then num1 equals to num1 minus 1. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that this is my variable which is having some 10 value, and I'm telling the system that continue to do this thing until this condition or this variable turns to not equals to 0. Okay, so if I run this now, so you can see that I'm getting a same sort of an output. It's just that I use the same logic which I use with the while loop, but it just the way of writing the code is little bit different, where I'm in the original while loop I am passing the condition first and then I'm doing some processing, but with this time I'm doing the processing first and then in the last I'm adding the condition. Okay, so this is with the do while loop. And now switch statement. Okay, switch statement is another a very interesting way, where if it is somewhat something like if and else only, like where if this condition is passed then you want to process or you want to write some if condition code. If else condition is passed, then you want to write some different code in the else condition. So based on the different options you want to write some different logic, and then you want to perform something different. Okay, but sometime if there are multiple if conditions you are using based on your scenarios, then it is not very concise and it is not very easy to read, whereas switch statement helps making the code more readable. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm trying to say here is, let's say I'll I'll create one variable as boolean variable as test equals to true. Okay, and now what I have to type here is that switch, let me pass my variable boolean variable as true. Okay, and in this I have to pass the values which are available in my variable. So we know that this boolean variable either holds true or either holds fail, sorry, false. So I need to pass the options which can be a part of my test variable. So one option is true. So if the option is true, if my variable returns true, then what I want is that write host or whatever processing you want to perform with it, uh, condition passed. Okay, if the option is false, then okay, I'm sorry, here I have to use this one. Okay, here you can pass different thing, that like condition failed. So you know there are two values only there for a boolean variable. So we have passed all the two options. These are the two maximum scenarios uh, which your variable can generate. Okay, otherwise if for any other situation where none of these two options will come, then for all those scenarios we can write down as default, which will be nothing. Okay, so now if I run this, so you can see here that I'm getting the condition as condition passed. If I pass here false and if I run this, so I'm getting this false output, right? So it is the, as you can see that the working style of the switch statement is very much closer or similar to the if and else only. Like if I can, I can write down this like that: if test is equal to true, then run this; if test is equal to false, then run this, like that way, right? But ideally it is more easy when you have to write more if and else condition than just for the making the code more readable. You should prefer the switch statement because it gives the very clear idea about what you want to do and what different values your variable can give you and what different type of processing or output you want to perform based on the different options you are uh, your variable will give it to you, right? So that is with the switch statement, and hence I just wanted to cover in today's video about these four topics about for each loop, while loop, do while loop, and the switch statement. I hope you understand now the basics of these four uh, statements or loops in the PowerShell, how to use them, and then now you can start adding or start experimenting with them with more different scenarios out there to brushen up your PowerShell scripting uh, knowledge. Okay, so that's all in the today's video. If you like it, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.